The rules are simple. Select a random champion, choose masteries, runes and spells that match and start up a game against 5 random AI controlled bots. Then the fun begins. Start a lane and farm as usual, trying to win the game against the 5 opponents before they beat you. The results are then posted in a league. 3 points for a win by destructing every enemy structure, 2 points for a win in any other way, and 0 points for a loss. The winner is then decided from a pool of 3-point champs with the lowest winning time crowned the winner. This is the 1v5 challenge. Welcome to another League of Legends 1v5 challenge. This week it's Malphite up against the 5 bots. We're going to change the runes and masteries to full tank. Hopefully Malphite's going to be strong enough to become victorious. The skin we've chosen for Malphite is Mecha Malphite, and the bots that he will be up against are Ashe, Jarvan, Ryze, Graves and Tristana. Now, as you'll find out, with Graves and Tristana, they've got a lot of tower destruction potential. With 3 ADCs though, perhaps having a tank may give me the advantage. We're going to start by building a ruby crystal to go for the rod, and straight away we're up against Ryze in lane, quite aggressively chasing me back to my tower. We're going to use our abilities on him, and the ignite. Is it going to be enough? Will the true damage get that kill? Yes, it does. 400 gold, first blood. The minions are going to come into lane. I'm going to start the farming process. It's quite difficult with a melee champ against someone like Ryze who has those ranged abilities. We can poke with our Q though, and we've got 1 minion. We need a few more than that to be able to put a viable challenge up against a mage in mid lane. Get some hits on Ryze, but those minions are starting to eat away at our health, so we're going to use one of the potions. Our minions though are attacking Ryze, and the basic attack following up from the Q is enough to secure the second kill. 2 minutes 20 gone, and it is 2-0. So let me quickly recap the rules. So in this 1v5 challenge mode, to get 3 points you have to win the game by destructing all enemy structures. That's all the turrets, all the inhibitors, and obviously the nexus at the end. That gives you the 3 points. The one champ that gets 3 points and does it in the quickest time will be the victorious champion in this 1v5 challenge. And you can also get 2 points to go in the league, and that is with a victory, but without destroying all structures. So that could be by super minions pushing through and destroying the nexus before you manage to destroy the rest of the structures, or it could just be if you are under pressure to win the game and charge through to quickly complete the game by destroying the nexus. That would also award 2 points. However, if you lose the game, 0, no points. And here you can see Ryze is still being very aggressive early on in this game, and he's executed by a minion. Unfortunately, our touch was too early on in that fight, and he took too much damage from the minions, which means we do not get the gold for that kill. We're about 4 minutes in, and still waiting to get any significant hits on those towers. As I mentioned, you've got a lot of ADCs against us, and they will get through the towers fairly quickly. The key to this mode is keeping up with the bot lane and the top lane in structure destruction. So when they destroy our towers, we need to have pushed the mid tower as well and destroy it at the same time, if not earlier. You can see Ryze again pushing on through mid, trying to get that kill. Our minions are going to do a bit of damage to him. Not sure it's going to be enough. We're going to go into there's the ignite. No mana though for the Q. It's going to be a close one. The minion's going to do some damage, and we've been slain. Ryze gets the kill. It is 2-1, and we are dead within the first 5 minutes. That's not great. Having a tank obviously at a slight disadvantage in terms of the damage we can put down. We can teleport back into the mid lane though and start eating away at those minions. 19 and 20 there. Starting to get some gold. Catalyst already purchased. To try and get the rod as quickly as possible, so we take full use of that passive. Using our W and our Q together is enough damage on the Rise to secure the 3rd kill against him. Remember, the kills at this stage don't matter too much. You are 1v1ing against an easy bot. It's when they come together and take you on is where it becomes difficult. Especially this game, they'll have a lot of damage. The key will be to get through those ADCs and towards the damage dealers. Starting to chip away at the tower, almost down to full health, to half health even. And hopefully... oh! Ally turret has been destroyed. Bot lane within 6 minutes has destroyed our turret. The power of Graves in that lane and Kog'Maw. Nope. Is it Kog'Maw? No, it's Tristana. The power of Tristana and Graves together has proven to be quick at destroying towers. We're quick here at destroying Rise though, using our W to do that extra damage. And the ult, coupled with everything, is just too much for the mage to handle. And once more we have a kill. That's 4-1 against the Rise in the middle. We need to get some damage on this tower though. It's about half health. We need to get it down as quick as we can. As you can see in bot lane, Graves is pushing through already to that 2nd tower. And the turret's going to focus us. It's going to hit us twice. Is it going to be enough? No. Saved 9 health left at the end. With these runes, it's going to be difficult to do enough damage as well as stay tanky enough to get a decent result out. Our passive shield though is up and we can run away from Rise, who is just out of range to do anything. He's going to come towards the tower though. He's going to try and get us, and the tower gets the damage. We get the kill and we can go down to the bot lane with a score of 5-1 as Ashe and Graves look like they're trying to push on that 2nd tower with their strength as an ADC pairing. There's the stun from Ashe, the slow, the Q from Graves, and then we're going to put some of our abilities down, get them as low as we can. We've got 10 seconds left until we have our ult available. Now we're going to use our E as they come towards the bush. There's the Q, there's the ignite on the Graves, and now we have our ult available. We can use it on the Ashe if we need it. What are we going to? There's the Q, 1 auto attack. There is the double kill, Malphite, Graves and Ashe. And it's 7-1. 10 minutes gone. We're back in mid lane. Rise once again being brave, coming underneath the tower. Turret is focusing him with the damage, and we can land our E and our Q. We have one more available now. There's the Q again. And Rise is going to get away with some damage over time, but it's not going to be enough. Saving the ult for another day. I'm going to try and clear these minions away and put some pressure on this mid tower. It is still not down 10 minutes into the game, whilst top and bot lanes are focusing on 2nd towers. We need to catch those up if we stand any chance of winning this 1v5 challenge with Malphite. And looks like we're going to take it down now. A score of 7-1 and the first turret is down. Can that be swiftly followed by the 2nd turret as we attack it now? Using our W to get that little bit of extra attack damage. We get it down to about halfway. As you see at the bottom of your screens, Graves is pushing that bottom lane turret. Can we get this one down first? Once again, using the W to add some more damage, but the bot lane turret is down. And there goes their mid at the same time. Now they could flood to that bottom lane to try and push through for the victory, but we're here mid at the moment with the Rise. We will have to return to our base soon as they push onto our inhibitor turret. It's going to teleport behind me. What can I do to get out of this? I've got barely any mana. No abilities available, but they back off, Tristana thinking better of the attack, even though they could have won it, but I stay in and fight. We're going to go for that rise. The minions finish off the kill. And Tristana's going to run down. Is she going past the turret? She goes in, then changes her mind, back out, and jumps away. Is she going to be safe? Jarvan is here to help and wards me off. There is his ult. The Cataclysm coming down. And then we can use RW to do a bit of damage, but I think he'll get away if he walks back to his base, but he's changed his mind. He's going to come back towards our half of the map. There is the ignite on Jarvan. And he gets away for now, then he comes back in. Surely that's the kill. Oh, there it is, 300 gold. Rise is back in lane. We're going to back off and finally go back to base. With about 13 minutes gone, you can see bot lane is really pushing that inhibitor turret. What can we do to defend it? We're going to go straight for the Morella Nomicon or the mana, and then think about the Phantom Dancer. Remember, in this game you really need to cause some damage to get those champs out. Going full tank is not going to work here. They will eventually grind you down. So we're going for a bit of a mixture with that more AP, and the ult, because of that AP, is quite strong. We're going to go straight to Graves. Get that last hit. There's the E going down, then to Ashe, then there's the Q, and the final hit. Double kill. Rise has come from the middle lane. E goes down, Q hits, and there's the triple. Getting stronger now as we go on. It's important though to force these minions back, defending our inhibitor turrets for as long as we can. Deciding now whether or not to go for those extra points as Jarvan comes from the mid lane down to bot. Is he going to make the mistake of going back across us? No, he starts running, but the Q is used. We can catch him straight back up again. And there's his shield and the slow. But then our Q is back up with that 20% cooldown reduction, and the kill from the E secures the 14th of this game. Still only one death so far. Can we push on these next two turrets? Graves is coming to defend them. We can slow him down. 1v1 should be no contest at the moment, and one extra Q should secure that kill, and it does. There's the legendary. We're going to go straight towards the tower. You can see currently they are behind us in this lane, trying to stop those minions from coming towards the tower. Gotta get it to about half health here before they arrive. And here comes that Ashe and the Rise. We're gonna ult straight into them, puts down the E, and then the basic attacks secure the double. And here comes the Jarvan. Gonna use the Q on him and go into the bush. He's gonna follow us in though. And the basic attacks, there's the W going down. Can we keep up? 1E, slightly out of range, 1Q, and there it is. There's the next kill secured. Here we are then, trying to push on to this tower as Graves arrives once more. That death timer meaning that he's back in lane before I get a chance to attack that tower. The tower's going to try and focus, and the tower gets a hit away. We're going to get Graves with the Q though, and then the E, and then we finish him off with that basic attack. Getting rather strong now as we get towards the mid to late game in this challenge mode. However, looking towards that center lane, they are starting to push through again with Tristana. We're going to teleport in there, see what we can do about that. The Q lands straight on Tristana, doing a lot of damage straight away now, the Q. And there's the E to try and clear the minions. W doing a bit of damage. And kill secured by using the ignite. Probably not quite necessary there with the ignite, but it secures the kill anyway. As we push further on the mid lane tower, which Graves has been sent to defend. And we try and clear the minion waves away so we have a chance to hit that tower. All the time wary, the Graves could attack. If you look, bot lane once more is pushing through on our tower. Stood at a bit of a stalemate here. Tristana's come to help Graves. We're going to ult straight in, use the E, that's enough for Graves. And Tristana can escape using her W. And we can use another recall here to try and save our inhibitor. Are we going to be quick enough back down there? It's looking like the inhib is going to fall. The first inhibitor of this match to go down is our own. Not looking good here for the win. Let's see how we do. Ryze is going to use that teleport again. He's going to go behind, but unfortunately he dies before he gets a chance to do anything with it. Oh no, he is there. My mistake. It's the Jarvan that's low and he has survived. Ryze, however, something different could be said after this fight. There it is, the legendary. Minions pushing on our tower though. Those will need to be cleared. So continuing to try and push this bot lane, we run into a Tristana which we're going to chase down the lower part of the map. Jarvan and Ryze are going to come from behind. We have our ult available there. The E goes down. Then the Q onto Jarvan. Jarvan needs some damage though with the shield. We're going to try and jump to Tristana. The jump is missed. There's the legendary though. Tristana is down, but we're low health. And there's the shutdown from Graves. And we are 26 for 2 now. Just 20 minutes mark has just gone past. Is there going to be enough time for them to get into our base from here? The respawn timers are starting to extend to the point where it is extremely risky to die at this stage of the match. We're going to go for the Nash's Tooth, getting some attack speed. Once we get into that fight, trying to do some more damage through our basic attacks. Once we've burnt our abilities, let's see if that pays off. As we charge straight back into the fight, the Q goes down onto the Ryze, then the E, then the arrow from Ashe slows and stunned. There's not much we can do now apart from run back in the opposite direction. They try and get some damage down. Ryze tries to do something, but there's the kill. And we use our E to clear the minions out of the way. Graves now doing a bit of damage. We're close up. We cannot afford to stay there for too long. There's the E to clear the minions. And the slow from Ashe means it's time for us to get out the way with 3 bots so high. But we go in with the ult. There's the E. There's the Q on Ashe. There's the double kill. Basic attacks onto Jarvan. What can we do from here? There's the E. There's the shutdown. And Jarvan escapes with barely any health. There's the third shutdown of this game. It's 29 for 3. And it's looking like we could be in a bit of trouble. After respawn we have the chance to sneak up in mid where they're trying to get the tower down. There's the 4 people there. We're going to use our E. Ashe is down. We're going to go straight after the Ryze and the Graves. Ryze goes down for the double. Quite far behind the Graves though. What can we do? Can we reach him with the Q? Using our boots. But unfortunately Graves is just too far ahead. We're going to try and reach him still. But the tower persuades us to change our minds. We're going to try and clear these minions before they can help defeat our turret at the other side of mid lane. Jarvan is still there though. He's got a few minions that he can use to clear. With barely any hits left on our tower, what can the minions do? Their health is going down. Are we going to make it in time? The answer is yes, we are. There's Jarvan putting some damage down with the Q, then the E, and then we have one last Q to secure the kill. Killing spree. There's the 32nd kill of this game. Still we have those 3 deaths, which could ultimately count against us. Ashe is coming up on us now though. We're going to use our Q and our E, and then 2 basic attacks, and the kill is secured. Can we push now into this mid inhibitor turret as the enemy are distracted in bot lane, trying to push through for the victory? We need to take advantage of this if we can. Damage goes straight down onto the turret using our W to add that extra bonus damage, and the turret goes down. And we also get the inhibitor to add that bit of protection in mid lane and give that extra distraction for the enemies. Our bot lane though may need defending once more. Gonna get the Q onto Tristana, then the E. Javan's gonna come in and help. There's the ult though, secures Tristana's kill. Then the Q straight onto the Javan, 2 basic attacks and the ignite. And that will secure the double kill. Ashe sends an arrow this way. Riot is teleporting back to base. And onto Graves now, and Ashe gets the Q and dies. Here we are, going for Graves underneath the tower. There's the quadra kill, but there is the shutdown again. And that's the 4th death of this match. Hopefully they will not have enough time to get to our base to get the inhibitors down, as the distraction of the super minions should be enough to protect us, but we're getting into late game here. Can we get better as we get slightly tankier, or will the bots reign supreme in this 1v5 challenge? Javan trying to show that they can now, trying to push bot lane. We're going to come straight in using our ult, knocking him up into the air. There's the E, and then the basic attacks with that added bonus magic damage on hit, securing another kill. 38 for 4 now against those bots as we come towards the 30-minute marker, and pushing these minions back as far as we can with those bots distracted by super minions in the centre lane. The vision down here in case of a teleport needing to be used, and those minions go down fairly quickly surely. Now this should be securing of that bot lane tower, and it is. Can we push in time to get to the second tower? Despite Javan's best efforts, yes we can, and there's the enemy turret destroyed. And Javan is surely now 1v1ing against me, will not come out victorious. There's the Q landing and securing that kill with the bonus damage. And here comes the attack on the inhibitor turret at bot lane. Looking like we're turning this match around with a score of 40-4 now. At Graves uses his ult. We use our ult in return, secure the kill. Ashe is going to try and attack us, but she will get away on this occasion. We ward inside their base and recall to our own. Possibly entering the late stages of this game now, the final stages, where we have the chance to secure the victory via the 2 or the 3 points. Remember, we need to destroy all of the enemy structures to get those 3 points. We still have that tower at top lane, which is where we teleport to now. Try and push that through, and it goes down with relative ease, and we have a chance now to get those 3 points with Malphite as the inhibitor turret goes down too. Now attacking those minions. Tristana's going to come in from the side. We're going to send 1 Q, 1 E, and the ignite will secure the kill against that Tristana once more. Tristana not doing very well with the ignites today. And we have a chance now. There's 3 inhibs left and 1 inhibitor turret at the bot lane. Can we get it down? Minions are far away. Have we got enough damage? Yeah, we're going to use our W for that bonus strength, and we have indeed. There is that bot lane turret down. 3 inhibitors left. Just over the 30-minute mark. As we're doing over 400 damage per hit. The inhibitor goes down pretty easily. Super minions in that bot lane now should sort out the AI's attack down there. At least slow it. As we get the second inhibitor down. This game in the final throws. Right, comes towards us. There is the Q. 3 of them give me the perfect chance to send that ult and get the triple. Using the slam and the Q. With 2 champs left underneath those towers. There's the Q onto Javan. There are the auto attacks. And there's the second Q that secures the kill, and E onto Ashe. Tower trying to defend her. Not much it can do though. There's another Q, and there's the E to secure the double kill. And now we have a chance to push on those turrets. And there goes the first one. Last turret last structure. Surely this is going to be a 3-point game with the tank Malphite. And there we are, clearing those minion waves as they do damage. Rise is going to come behind us though with that teleport. No, he's going to ignore his own teleport and stay to chase. There's the ult, there's the E, and there's the shutdown. Again, in this game they prove to have just too much damage when we are low health. And there is the next death. Surely this game though is over. Just over 32 minutes in. It's only a matter of time before we can say that thanks to the sheer number of super minions that are causing problems still for the champions, having to go back to their base. But Malphite victory, 3 points.